Wars, invasions, occupations, coups. They have a devastating impact on the country, its citizens, and on its own children, shaping, deshaping, destroying their lives in ways and in time, sometimes for generations. In these conflicts of ideologies, politics, boundaries, religions, these children are relegated to those of a lesser God. They witness horrors no child should ever face, losing loved ones, watching their homes and schools crumble, and being torn from everything they know, their reality torn apart forever. The pain and fear they witness stay with them, leaving brutal scars, not only on the body, that last a lifetime. Anxiety, depression, trauma imprint indelible scars which even time cannot erase. Far too many had to run, emigrate, become refugees forcibly. Some cannot, and they find themselves in the middle of it, waiting for a bomb to relieve them of their present with no future. Some get conscripted, become child soldiers, all robbed of the innocence and joy that should belong to childhood. The toll it takes on them doesn't just break their hearts, it crushes their dreams. Their future is put on hold, their aspirations bombed. The basic need for education doesn't remain basic anymore. It stacks under as they struggle just to survive, facing hunger, sickness, and death every day. Their childhood cooked. In our next four-part series of Good Childhood, four young readers will tell the stories from three war-torn countries where millions of children are growing without childhood. From Afghanistan to Iran to Palestine, the childhoods are invaded, occupied, and good. Yet, even in the darkest times, the resilience of children shines through, and then again, they rise, phoenix like, with hope for healing, growth, and a brighter tomorrow.
Welcome to the Bookbibuli podcast. In striking black and white comic strip illustrations, Persepolis chronicles Marjane Satrapi's childhood in Tehran, spanning from ages 6 to 14. These formative years coincided with the fall of the Shah's regime, the rise of the Islamic Revolution, and the brutal war with Iraq. As the intelligent and outspoken only child of Marxist parents and the great-granddaughter of one of Iran's last emperors, Marjan's life is intricately woven with the tumultuous history of a country. Persepolis offers a powerful, unforgettable depiction of life in Iran, showcasing the stark contrast between private family life and the public sphere. Through Marjan's innocent perspective, we witness the dethroned monarchy, state-sanctioned punishments, and revolutionary heroes. All the while, she learns about the complex history of Iran and her own remarkable family. Deeply personal, politically charged, and entirely unique, Persepolis is both a coming-of-age tale and a sobering reflection on the human cost of war and political oppression. With humor and heartache, it shows the resilience of the human spirit in the face of absurdity. Most of all, it introduces us to an endearing young girl who captures our heart and never lets go. And we have Shreyas with us today to discuss this awesome graphic novel. Hello, Shreyas.
Hello everyone, my name is Shreyas. I go to Sanskriti school in New Delhi. I'm a student of grade 8 and I love reading, painting, and playing music.
Well, Shreyas, it's great to see you. Let's plunge headlong to the book. Tell me, how did reading Persepolis change or challenge your understanding of Iranian culture and history?
Reading Persepolis reshaped my view of Iran by making me realize that we should see the human side of every person and go beyond stereotypes. It revealed the complex aftermath of the revolution and how repression replaced hope for change. Satrapi's story highlighted women's struggles and the quiet resistance of everyday Iranians. It also emphasized Iran's cultural heritage and the emotional toll that exile had taken.
Iranian culture and history are rich and deeply rooted in ancient traditions, with a legacy shaped by empires like the Persians, which greatly influenced art, science, and philosophy. The blend of past and present, it kind of defines Iran's vibrant cultural identity that we have today. Can you identify with any of Marjane Satrapi's experiences growing up in Iran during the Islamic Revolution?
I may not have experienced political upheaval firsthand, but as I read the book, I could easily relate to Satrapi's identity struggles. Her rebellion, questioning authority, and desire to understand societal changes are relatable emotions. Balancing tradition with personal freedom is a universal challenge in many cultures. Satrapi's journey is similar to the emotional journey of many young persons navigating societal change during formative years.
The time period that Marjan writes about, I think she's closer to you in age at that point in time. But then you are very far apart. Life has been very different for you vis-a-vis her. But did you find any moment in Persepolis that reminded you of your own family dynamics or cultural background?
Yes, I related to Marjorie's close bond with her parents and grandmother, her family's protective nature, and open discussions reflecting shared values of love and resilience. The themes of familial support and identity make her story so universal in its appeal.
I think embracing your own cultural identity is all about owning who you are and celebrating the unique blend of experiences that make you, well, you. But Marjan's story in Persepolis, I think, can inspire readers to embrace their own cultural identity and stand up for their beliefs. Your thoughts on that?
Her courage in standing up for her beliefs, even under repression, offers a powerful example. She balances tradition with individuality, encouraging readers to find their own voice. Her resilience shows that personal strength can thrive even in difficult circumstances.
Now, let us talk about the North Star program of Bookbibuli, considering this book came to you through that. What do you think of it?
The North Star program is a wonderful platform for avid young readers. It features a captivating podcast, helpful learning from friendly mentors, and a variety of enriching activities. My personal favorite are the podcasts, where passionate book lovers discuss their literary favorites.
While you like the podcast, personally, my favorite is the curator portion. A specialized person who carefully selects and organizes books, crafting a collection that tells a story or explores a specific theme as per my taste and need. I think that is the need of the hour. But to each his own, I guess. Back to the book. How do you think Marjan's perspective on religion and politics evolved throughout the book? Um, would you have anything similar from your personal journey?
Marjorie's perspective on religion and politics evolves from acceptance of traditional beliefs to mature skepticism. Initially devout, she becomes delusioned by the regime's use of religion for control. Her growing awareness of political oppression shapes her critical outlook on authority.
Religion and politics, like you said, often shape how we see the world. They influence our values and decisions, and how we approach these topics, they can vary widely, depending upon your own personal beliefs, cultural context, experiences. But say, if you were in Marjan's shoes, how do you think you would have responded? to the political unrest and societal changes happening in Iran.
In Marjorie's shoes, I lightly feel a mix of fear, confusion, and a strong urge to resist. I'd try to stay informed, support loved ones, and find ways to express dissent safely. Balancing survival with standing up for my beliefs would be a constant inner conflict. Like Margarine, I'd struggle with identity and freedom in a rapidly changing society.
I think I would feel the same. So, did Persepolis make you reflect on your own understanding of freedom and independence?
Yes, Persepolis made me reflect on the true meaning of freedom and independence. Marjorie's struggles highlight how external restrictions can shape internal desires for autonomy. The book emphasizes that independence isn't just physical, but emotional and intellectual as well.
For me, freedom and independence mean realizing the power to make your own choices while respecting the rights and freedoms of others, which I think Marjan does in spades. But that was my choice. What aspects of Marjan's personality or character did you find most admirable? And you have to tell me why.
Marjorie's courage in speaking out the truth is most admirable. Her resilience in the face of adversity, especially during her exile, shows remarkable strength. I also admire her intellectual curiosity and willingness to question societal norms. Her ability to stay true to herself despite immense pressure is an inspiring trait.
Well, Marjan's personality is bold and unapologetic, with a sharp wit and a deep sense of curiosity, which is challenging the societal norms and personal boundaries. So I think she's quite a heroine there. But say if this book was like a chapter book, like not a graphic novel, do you think that the graphic novel format of Persepolis impacted your reading experience? Did it make it richer or did it help you connect better with the story? How did the entire graphic novel change your perspective of the story?
The graphic novel format of Persepolis enhanced the reading experience by making the story visually engaging and emotionally impactful. The combination of illustrations and text made it possible for connecting to Marjorie's emotions and experiences.
The graphic, you're right, heavy themes are balanced with humor because you have, I would not even say that they are pictures, they are more like caricatures or cartoons, which make it accessible to younger readers and they are still emotionally resonant. What do you think?
The visuals help convey complex themes like oppression and rebellion in a more accessible way. Overall, the format made the story more immediate, personal, and memorable. This is one of the best books I have ever read. I would rate a 10 on 10. I suggest this book to all over the age of 12.
Thank you so much, Shreyas, for such an insightful discussion today. It was lovely having you with us.
Thank you very much for having me on the podcast, and I hope many readers can enjoy this book.
Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, as I said, is a deeply personal and powerful graphic memoir that tells the story of her childhood in Iran. The themes of Persepolis are vast and deeply intertwined. At its core, the book explores identity, personal, political, cultural, through a young girl, okay, somebody who's untried and is just setting out into the world. Then the impact of war, revolution, and repression in everyday life is central to the narrative. Also, Marjan's struggle to navigate these forces while finding her place in the world. And now it's time for Bookbibuli Read Record. Persepolis is best suited for older teens and adults. So I would say ages 14 and upwards. While the book is accessible because of its clear illustrations and engaging storytelling, its themes of political unrest, personal identity and the consequence of war are most meaningful to mature readers who can actually appreciate the historical context and emotional depth. The pacing of Persepolis is steady and engaging, with each chapter flowing naturally into the next. The graphic novel format effectively allows for both quick, impactful moments and reflective, introspective scenes. While the story of Marjane's childhood unfolds linear, the chapters can feel episodic, each providing a glimpse into her world. The combination, I think, of narrative and visual keeps the pace engaging, ensuring readers stay hooked. The language is straightforward and accessible. It's easy to read, though it's still emotionally charged. Before reading Persepolis, it's beneficial to have a basic understanding of the political landscape of Iran during the late 20th century, especially the fall of the Shah and the rise of Islamic Revolution. So, a few articles or documentaries on the revolution will help you appreciate the content better. After reading Persepolis, readers might be interested in exploring other memoirs or graphic novels like Mouse, Fun Home. For a more historical perspective on Iran, books like Reading Lolita in Tehran by Azar Nafisi would be a great choice. Persepolis is a brilliant work of graphic literature that skillfully blends personal reflection with historical and political commentary. And here I would have to agree with Shreyas and say it gets a 10 on 10. Its poignant themes, compelling illustration make it an unforgettable memoir that resonates long after the final page. So until next week, better read, read better.